The date is 8th of October, 2024. So my first question is, can you describe what it was like to leave Ukraine and come to the US? Like, what were some of your like biggest fears and hopes?
The biggest fear that we had, me and my mom, I was leaving the country of my mom. It was only two of us. The biggest fear that we had that we might die, because you have to understand that it was like war conditions, and we saw like a lot of like explosions, bombing. Like we even like saw an explosion like literally close to our home, and even like it was so massive that even the windows, they were like shaking, and it is very scary. And I saw a lot of like videos like from like closer to the borders cities in Ukraine, that someone like literally in the train, like people like just trying to survive, like escape, like, you know, to other countries, and someone would just like open the fire, and there's gonna be a shooting. So when we were on the train station, we were very afraid. Like I was very afraid that it would happen, and something like would happen, like we not gonna get a spot, because like it was crazy. Like
you were in Kiev, right?
Yes, yeah. It's a capital, and it is crazy. It was crazy on the train station, because like it's a lot of people, and everyone is literally like just carrying passport and money for them, and they're just trying, you know, to push themselves literally in the train. And the conductor, the person who like, you know, opens the door and like, you know, just works in the train.
Did you leave your personal stuff back in Kiev?
Yeah.
And your parents and you?
Sorry?
Did you leave your like personal stuff back in Kiev? While you were like...
We knew that probably we're gonna be out for a long time.
Yeah.
Because our plan was go to America. So we took compared to others, we took a big baggage. So, but honestly, it was like 3 shirts, like 3 pairs of pants, like, and whatever personal stuff you could. Yeah, that was all. But someone would just carry money and passport. That's it.
I see. What were your first impressions of American culture when you get back here? Like, were there any surprises or things you didn't expect to see?
There is not as much unexpected. Probably no. Probably trash everywhere. Trash everywhere. That's probably what I wasn't like expecting. The most, like the biggest cultural shock that I got, it was food.
Food.
Yeah,
okay.
Food, because like it's a huge food culture in America, and I'm probably every immigrant would agree on that. Because like in Ukraine, there is like not such a thing as food. Food is just like, you know, like it's just like we are eating for a living, you know. But here it's like on every event you're gonna like see food or like
pizza,
like that.
burger.
Like different like restaurants. Right. A lot of like cultural foods. Like it's so massive. Like you can literally like get everything over here, and actually it is a beauty of that. Like it is a beauty that you can get whatever you want in whatever place.
Is there a specific like cuisine that you miss back in Ukraine?
Yes, probably like traditional Ukrainian dishes, like borscht.
Borscht, okay.
Yeah, like borscht, like a Kiev cutlet. Oh my god, Kiev cutlet. I would eat it even right now. And probably, I don't know, a little bit like maybe even quality of the food. I don't know.
Was it better?
Depends.
Yeah.
Well, for example, like like dairy products are better. I feel like better in I don't know. It depends on section.
Okay.
If you're like gonna go close to Amish in Pennsylvania, of course you can find a good quality milk and like cottage cheese. Same in Ukraine. If you're like gonna go to the
Rural areas.
market,
Yeah.
if you're gonna go to the market in the city,
Yeah.
of course the quality is gonna be worse than you're just gonna go to a rural, like
Areas,
in the
yeah.
suburbans or something like
I
that
see.
and buy cottage cheese there.
So I want to talk about like identity and your like cultural shifts more. So how has your sense of like identity changed since coming to the US? Like, do you feel more connected to your Ukraine roots, or have you felt a shift towards like more American identity?
I feel like more to American. I
can see that, yeah.
Yeah, like for me, some things that from Ukrainian culture, like some Ukrainian, I still have Ukrainian mentality for sure, but it's in very few aspects. But I definitely can see that I'm more into American mentality, and I like it more better. It's much better for me, and I like it more. I'm pretty sure if I would come back to Ukraine and like gonna like start to talk with Ukrainians, I would like, I don't know, pissed or something like that. Sometimes it's just like sometimes like Ukrainians mentality, like I hate when like everyone like, you know, you're standing in line and just like everyone is pushing you, and in Ukraine it's like it's constant, like people like don't understand like each other's boundaries. And here like you can sit in a SEPTA bus and nobody, like even though like bus is gonna be completely full, still nobody's gonna sit close to you on the seat because like they just respect your space. That's it. And I really admire this, and I really like that, and I literally like can see myself like doing the same thing. Like, you know, I would rather like to stand a little bit rather than sit with someone close to, so I can like respect the space of the other person and mine as well.
I feel like your expressions and reactions also changed. Like, you are reacting to like causes or like issues like just like an American person would do.
Yeah, like fight for your rights.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. I don't know. It's all for me. It was very easily to adapt to American standards and cultures. I feel like even like my personality is more adaptive. Plus, I came here when I was a teenager, and I got and high school was a huge influence for me. So it probably my high school like shaped me very well in order like to be in American culture, because like I was in a small Catholic school, all girls, and these all girls, they're like all Americans, and they're like very Americans, like, and they're all Irish, but it shaped me the way I am right now.
Are there aspects of like Ukraine culture or values that you hold on to strongly?
Sorry?
Are there any aspects of Ukrainian cultural values that you like hold on to strongly?
Yes, for sure. Probably I do not. This is gonna sound pretty badly for Americans, but I sometimes like I see that American people, they would like complain about like small things, and
American spoiledness.
And I like that, and I like saw like I saw war, like I saw a lot of things, and honestly for me these small things, it's literally nothing.
Exactly.
They're like I saw so many bigger issues in this life, and like for me it's literally nothing.
Well, do you feel that you have had to cover or adapt certain aspects of your Ukrainian identity to fit in here?
I don't know. Maybe that, I don't know. It's just like, even this thing, like the complaining about small things. I don't think that someone like other people, it's bothering other people. Like it's just like my personality and the way I'm perceiving things. So I don't think that it's like part of my Ukrainian mentality, and I don't think that it's really something that adaptive to the American. As long as it not bothers someone else, like I don't think like it's something that I have to like change or like adapt into society.
I see. So let's talk about like the challenges, if you have any. What has been the like hardest part of adjusting to American life?
English.
English?
Yes, English. Well, I can say I learn English pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But when I just came here, like my English was zero, literally zero.
Oh.
Like I don't even remember the first semester of my junior year. Like I don't even know how I passed that semester with all A's. Like I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like how did it happen? And I had the effective writing class
Mm-hmm.
during my first semester in my junior year. The best class ever. Like we learned like how to write essays and like letters. Like it was like English grammar class, and I don't even know like how I passed those tests. Honestly.
You told me you don't like to write.
Yes, I don't like to write, but it's just the class itself was very efficient
Mm-hmm.
and very informative. Yeah, so it was very helpful because otherwise I would just I wouldn't write essays right now in college, honestly.
Yeah.
But I still don't remember that class, but
Is it specific for like only English, or were you like confident in Ukrainian while writing essays or something like that?
Yeah, I'm confident in that. It's just English.
Yeah.
I still
foreign languages.
Yes, so I still sometimes finding myself struggling in English.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, trying like to not use the same word as often in essays or something like that, like trying to find like new word, but it's a good practice though as well. But probably the biggest struggle was English.
I see. Can you share any specific moments when you felt particularly foreign or different in the US? No, like the early days.
No, never had it. Never.
Okay. How do you think your experience might differ from someone who chose to come to the US voluntarily, like me? I chose to come here, but you didn't choose to come here.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that I didn't choose to come here. The most important thing that people have to understand.
I mean, you were like forced to come here, right? Due to war.
I would say that war was a push to come here. The first thing that people have to understand, when you're an immigrant or a legal immigrant, you have to have opportunity to come here. If you don't have opportunity, you're not forced or pushed or something like that to America. I already had sister here, and it was kind of like determined for me that I'm gonna go to college over here. It wasn't like so vivid. And when war started, like it was a perfect time to move to America. Mm-hmm. So war was like push for me to. It sounds sad at the same time, but it is what it is. It is true, but honestly, maybe I would say in kind of like forced at the same time, because like I cannot come back to Ukraine right now because my entire life is over here.
Yeah.
Everything is over here. If I'm gonna like come back, even war is gonna end right now, I still cannot come back. Because like it takes time for Ukraine to rebuild the entire economics. Like the economics of Ukraine is gonna be like so badly after like war. It's gonna end. Hopefully it's gonna end as soon as possible. I really pray on this, but at the same time, even though like it's gonna end, I cannot come back.
Yeah. I see. So what about relationships and community? Are there like moments when you feel fully integrated with American peers?
Yes.
Are there still like things that make you feel different?
I don't think so. Like the first time it was tough to me to connect with American people because of English. Uh-huh. But I was very fortunate to get in a very good high school, so everyone was very welcome to me. So everyone was trying like to talk with me or something like that. So it was very easily to connect with other people. And right now, since I have much better English, I can connect with literally everyone. and I feel like that for me connecting with American people is much easier than even like with Ukrainian people, because like I already been living here and they just like came for Ukraine, and I still like feel they're giving me like Ukrainian mentality, which is like, I don't know, it's like come back to Ukraine, you know. It's very funny because like every month we are going with my family, we are going to Eastern European store, and it's like come back to Soviet Union.
Oh.
We are always complaining about it, but like at the same time we're still going there.
Yeah.
Or like Ukrainian festivals, we are always complaining about Ukrainian festivals, but we're still going there every year.
Every year. Where do you go to in Ukraine? For Ukrainian festivals?
It's a Ukrainian church called Mikhailivka. It's like in a Jenkin town. It's like 30-40 minutes away from here. Yeah, so we're going there, like, I don't know.
Meet with new Ukrainian people?
Yeah. Well, honestly, it's I met not a lot of Ukrainian people that I could literally like connect over here.
So memories. Would you be comfortable sharing a bit about how the war affected you and your family?
Yes, it's fine. Well, since my dad is still there, it's kind of still we have an anxiety, especially my mom, because like, of course, like my mom and dad, they're like very well connected, and I'm also very well connected to my dad. And since my dad is still there, it's still we're afraid, and we have like fear about everything what is going on. And at the same time, I feel like I became like more sensitive, because it's very like more, I wouldn't say fear, I would say something a positive to the fearless. Like I don't know, it's tough to describe. Like for example, if I would hear the siren over here, it's crazy, honestly. I've been living like in the war circumstances only for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I heard a lot of sirens that, like, especially when it started, like, it was, like, sirens 24/7. Like, you know, just go to the basement because of siren.
Yeah.
Even right now, if I'm gonna hear a siren, I'm gonna, like, my heartbeat is gonna race. You know, it's gonna
so does it resemble you, the like wartime?
Yeah, it's more like resembling me mentally, I would say. But I thankfully it didn't affect me like so much, because like as again I'm gonna repeat it, I've been in the war conditions only for 2 weeks.
Do you remember the glow party? When I like yelled at you to like?
Yeah.
Did that like resemble you the wartime?
I feel so.
Like a siren?
Yeah, I feel so. And when, like, it's, conditions that, you have to be, like, you're nervous or something like that, I would be, like, more nervous than I would be as usual.
Yeah.
Like it was before.
Can you tell me about your very first day in the US? What was like first thing you noticed or felt?
I feel like I came when I was born. Like I feel like I came where I should be, you know. I do remember honestly. I remember the airport and how I was trying to talk with officer, like, because like every time when like me and the immigration officer like any immigration stuff and talking to the immigration officers, it's always like, you know, it's very scary. Like,
scary.
Yeah, it is scary. They're like looking at you and you're like, hi. And
are they
like,
gonna accept me?
Yeah, and like I was trying like to talk, even with my zero English. I remember even like the questions, like what's the purpose, like all these formality, and how my sister met me with Ukrainian flag, and then she took She took me home. It was very sensitive thing because it was the first time when I saw my niece, the older niece, and
Is that the first time you?
Yeah, it was the first time when she was like 3 months.
Oh.
She was 3 months old, and it was the first time when I saw her in the real life. It was very sensitive. I even cried.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it's just like, I don't know, like first days, like it was like pretty calm, like you're just like getting into a new environment.
Did you feel like reborn?
Yeah, kind of it. Yeah, like we were living in Poland with my mom for 3 months, and honestly, like after like 3 months in Poland, we kind of like we really want to like a change. Something like that, and I feel like that change that we came to America, it was like a very good influence on us.
Wow. What is one of your earliest memories from school here in America? Was there a moment that made you realize how different things would be?
First thing, again, I'm gonna repeat, I just love my high school so much. Everyone was so nice in my high school, so I was very pleased at the same shock that so many girls were just like coming to me and like, do you need help with this, do you need help with that, we're so happy to see you here. And plus my high school has a lot of traditions like for upcoming students, like we had like orientations, like a lot of like people wanted like to help me and talk with me, and like they were interested in me. My first day was orientation, plus we had uniform, so it was kind of like funny look at me in the uniform for the first day, and I'm looking at this kilt, and this kilt looks at me, and I'm looking at this kilt. And
is that the same tradition back in Ukraine?
No.
No.
You don't have uniform in even like in America you don't have uniform, but it was like a private Catholic school, so you had to have uniform. And I'm looking at this kilt, and this kilt looks at me, and I'm like, so here we are, tied for 2 years.
Well, I had the uniform for only like official days. I had to wear those.
No, it's like every day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day you're in the same uniform, you're in the same kilt, you're in the same Sperry's. Sperry's is like, it's the specific shoes. Which is right now is like kind of crazy because I graduated and they canceled that policy about Sperry's. Now you can just wear sneakers, and I'm like, bro, it's not even serious. Like, what the heck? Could you like just do it like before my graduation, not after? Like, no, those Sperry's, they literally was pain in my existence. It's like,
jeez.
Yeah.
Do you remember any like particular person or interaction that made you feel welcome, or conversely very foreign?
Like particular
specific, any like particular person or any interaction with a teacher, might be with a peer.
Probably with teachers. Like I always was student. Like every teacher knew me. Like I was pretty popular. Like don't be to not be cocky, but I was pretty popular because like I was an athlete, and I was like the best athlete in my high school. Like during like not the best. I wouldn't say the best. Like I played tennis, and like I won like states, and then like even like teachers that I never had, they already knew my name. I'm like, who you are? But I always talked to like the teachers, like, I always asked help. And probably Mrs. McGovern, she was in
Who?
She was working not on the front desk. She was working on the front desk of Academic Success Center. I would like anytime that if I need to print something, I'm going straight to her. And like it was pretty often that I'm going to her, like, and print something. But at the same time, like, we are talking, like, I'm giving, like, her gifts, like, I'm giving her cakes, and, like, when we were talking at the same time,
so this sincere, like, relationship probably improved your confidence.
Yeah. And, like, and also, like, my math teacher, I not only have her for math for 2 years, she also was my advisor.
Yeah.
And homeroom teacher. So every time, like, I would be, like, the first who came to a room, and, like, we were gonna, like, talk and all this stuff. So yeah, it's just probably teachers. And Dr. Durkin, unfortunately he passed away. Yeah, but I remember one thing. I didn't know that he has, like, such things in his room. But every time when you have birthday, he would put on your chair, like, I think, like, the birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's like,
who was he? Like
a chemistry teacher.
Chemistry teacher.
Yeah, my chemistry teacher. And when I'm saw it, I'm like, how does he know that I have birthday? What the heck? And everyone, like, starts saying happy birthday. I'm like, oh my god, thank you so much. That was funny, and I still remember it. It was very nice.
Let's see. Do you have a memory of trying to hold on to something, family from Ukraine, like in those early days? Because sometimes people want to be, like, belong to the place where they came from. Was there any feeling or emotion that invoked that idea?
I feel like it's just, as Ukrainian, I just, like, I want to, like, not just show people. It's just, like, I feel like it's necessity for me, like, to show that I'm Ukrainian. Like, it's just like, mentally, it's unintentionally comes from me. Like, I would easily, like, say I'm, like, Ukrainian, and any, like, questions about Ukraine, I always would answer. Like, in even, like, those going, like, to Ukrainians festival, it's the same thing. Even though, like, we are complaining about those Ukrainian festivals, we just, like, feel unintentionally that we have to go there, because, like, it's a part of our culture. Yeah. It's like we would wear, like, vyshyvanka, which is, like, traditional like, designs of so basically this is like traditional Ukrainian design of the vyshyvanka. Is it a rug? Yeah. And usually, like, it would be just, like, regular, you know, like long sleeve shirt and something like, and it would be like usually knitted by, like, handmade. It would be, like, handmade. And, like, we are wearing, like, those things, like, we are still, like, making, like, Ukrainian food, because, like, it's just unintentionally comes from me and from us and my family. So yeah, it's just like that. That's great. Yeah.
Can you tell me about the first time you felt homesick?
Homesick?
Yeah, after arriving.
That's the thing, I never have felt homesick.
How?
I don't know. It's just because, like, I even had, I'm not gonna lie, I even had nightmares that, like, I'm dreaming that I'm in Ukraine and I'm packing all bags and I'm so in rush, and, like, my parents, like, asking me, like, well, what is going on? Why are you so in rush? I'm like, I have a class tomorrow in America. I need to run to America right away, right now. And those kind of, like, nightmares that I had, and, like, I would, like, wake up and, like, oh my god, yeah, I'm still in America, everything is fine, I can sleep, I can keep going sleeping. The reason why I was feeling that, like that, because already everything, like, my life is in America. Like, there is nothing, despite my dad in Ukraine, that I have had left. Like,
only him.
Yeah, only him. That's it. But if I'm gonna, like, come back to Ukraine, I'm gonna lose opportunity for education. Like, I'm in such a great university. I have a opportunity to receive such a great education as a civil engineer, like, in whatever major I want. And, like, I had such a great opportunity to go such a great high school, and in Ukraine I basically just don't have those things. and just come back to Ukraine and like feel homesick about like place that I don't have life. It's kind of like it's just do not stick with each other.
Mm-hmm. Are you still in contact with your friends from Ukraine?
No.
None of them?
No.
Do you remember a moment when you consciously felt you were adapting or changing to fit in here? You kind of like answered this question.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to like edit more, you can.
That was fine. Let's go next.
Okay. So some reflection on the journey. Looking back, how do you feel about the changes in yourself over the past 3 years? Is there anything that surprises you about the way you adapted?
Yeah, probably. Sometimes even my sister would say like I'm too American.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that too.
Sometimes like even like my decisions, the way like I'm behaving, and she would say like I'm too American.
But probably I can like figure out you're like not American from your accent.
Yeah.
So many people say like you have an accent of American. Yeah, I agree with them.
Yeah.
But there is some kind of like intonations that made you like.
Yeah. I feel so. I feel like some things that I would see like from like different like Ukrainian people who just like recently came here, like even like for studying, and the way like they behaving sometimes for me would be like it would give me a short ick, and I'm like no, it's not how it works in America, like. Yeah. And probably America also has shaped me as a like hard work. I mentally I'm a hardworking person, and here like it's just like proved me that in order to be in America you have to be a hardworking person. Like you have to work hard.
Yeah. You should be competitive.
Yeah, you should be competitive. But it's actually a good. I feel like be a hardworking person, as long as you're not overworking, it is a good, because like only in this way you can like be in the progress. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you can be like so adaptive to any like community that you're in.
Yeah.
That's a good quality.
Yeah, I feel so too. That's why I probably.
You're like the water.
Yeah, I feel that's why I adapted like so well and so quickly. Yeah. In America, for me, like adaptation in America didn't take any issues. Like I didn't have any issues with that. Like it took like so quick. Yeah. And even though like I came here when I was 15, still like I didn't have any issues with that. Mm-hmm.
I don't think like intelligence has anything to do with IQ. I think it's all about like adapting.
Yeah. Because like even like for my mom, if like compared to my mom, for her it was tough. Yeah. And you have to like understand like age and and all this stuff. Like she was living in Ukraine like literally entire her life. Mm-hmm. And right now like she doesn't have anything over here in America. Like honestly, if like first time she would be even like depressed that she's here, because like dad is still in Ukraine. Yeah. And over here like she doesn't know English, so over here like she does literally nothing. Like she doesn't like have like any hobbies that she was trying like to find. But first time was very tough for her, because like she didn't even like know like what she should do, while I knew what I should do. Mm-hmm. Like I have school, I have homework, I have orchestra, I have tennis, and here's like a lot of things. Like I even don't have time to think about Ukraine, because like I have so many things going on, while my mom is depressed because like she doesn't have those things over here. Mm-hmm. So it's like.
Did you want to be busy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what advice? No. Yeah. What advice would you give to other young people facing a similar situation? Having to adapt to a new culture.
It's like in adapting the new culture.
Yeah, new culture.
Well, try to talk more with the people and from the culture that you want to adopt with. Yeah. And get yourself like in America, you should like people should understand that it is a lot of cultures, and it's very easily to around yourself with the same culture as you came from. Yeah. but it doesn't really work. You're still in the same culture. Like if I would stick with Ukrainian culture and would stick like with the people like who are Ukrainians, I would just stick with Ukrainian culture. I wouldn't literally adapt with Americans. That's why you have to get out of the bubble and just try to talk not only with Americans, literally with everyone. Literally of everyone. Of course, like people like who was born in America like would help you the best, but
I agree with you. Like, there are Turkish people that like get together and like communicate with each other, but I don't really want to like spend time with them.
Same.
It wouldn't like make sense.
Yeah.
I just came back from.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel the same way, absolutely. So and also like this thing's gonna open like for you. I feel like more opportunities.
Yeah.
For sure. So definitely use those opportunities that this whole journey like taught me very well that every opportunity that life has been giving me, I have to use it and use it properly.
So I'm curious, who has been your greatest influence?
My mom.
Your mom?
Yeah, my mom.
Why?
Because she always been supporting me, and no matter what. And every time, like, I feel sad or anything, even happy, whatever I feel, I can just call her. And no matter what, like, she's gonna, like, respond. And she's gonna support me no matter, like, whatever I'm doing. And she always, like, tells me, like, you know the best. Just do whatever you need. Like, it's just... And... It's just my mom is like my biggest influence. That's it. Like I see how she thinks, how she behaves, and I like literally like getting everything from her. And probably the biggest support from her is also like the support is very important. Like
what about your father?
My father also has been the biggest influence, but the thing is like since we are like separated, he has been the biggest influence for me like before war, like because like I was dad's girl.
Yeah.
It was like so I love my dad so much, but since we moved together with my mom, and we even like we shared a lot. That's the thing. That's definitely the situation like connect us together much stronger. But at the same time, like dad also has been like influenced. Like he has been influenced. Like he's still kind of like influencing, just less than my mother right now.
Wow. So again, I'm curious. In a scenario where the war has ended, would you be willing to go back to Ukraine or stay?
No. As I said, everything is over here right now. And even though hopefully as soon as possible, I really pray on this Ukrainian war is gonna like end as soon as possible, but still economics is gonna be so badly like, and even if I'm gonna like come back there, like I need like literally drop everything over here, what is going on in America, with like all my things over here, and it's a lot, like even like college and like and everything else over here, and just go back to Ukraine where I have literally nothing. No, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, thank you, Sofiia.
You're welcome.
Is there anything you want to add?
Anything
that you wanted to be in the story of yours?
Wanted to be in the story? No, I think.
Did anybody like write about you?
Yes, Philadelphia Inquirer.
Philadelphia Inquirer.
Yeah, I have an article, and it was even like published there, and they had like a newspaper as well there. My family bought like 10 of them.
Am I able to view it?
I think yeah. I think you can. Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Can I? Yeah, just write my name.
Just write your name.
Yeah, just write my name. I think it would help. Or, I cannot write. Here.
This is you. Wow.
Yeah. That was probably the biggest thing, the biggest interview that I have ever had in my
Wow.
life.